See how that sounds. But now you got a whole band. All right, welcome back to the 5th week. This week is all about angular motion, and we're gonna start off with our first project. This is called the Torsion drum. And let me show you how to make it. So there's 2 different sizes. There's a large one and there's a shorter one, and they both make different sounds. Half of you will have the larger one, half of you will have the smaller one. I'm gonna show you how to make a hole in your torsion drum. You can start with your push pin, and you can put your hand right up here and just push it through on one side. Directly across, you want to do the same thing. Just like that. Second thing you would do is you can use your medium nail and push it through. If that's a little too hard, right? If this is too hard to do for you, you can grab your big nail, find the little hole that you made with your push pin. That's my hole right there. And you're gonna put your nail inside of your tube. Line it up with that hole. Just like that. You can see how the nail's in there. Then you grab your hammer and you're gonna hammer around the top of the nail. See that? So there's 2 different ways to do it. I'll show you on this side again. You grab your nail, line it up with the hole that you made, and then you hammer it on. You see that? Once you have your hole started, you can take your large nail and ream it out. Just make it bigger, just like that. Okay, now that you started your hole and you made it a little bit wider, you can grab a pencil, place your hand on top right here, and you can grab that pencil and push it through. And same thing, just ream it out, make the hole a little bit bigger. Or you can grab your chopstick and do the same thing. Just like that. See that? You want to end up with 2 holes on opposite sides from each other. Alright, so some of these dowels might be a little too big, so you can grab a pencil sharpener, and lightly sharpen this. You do not want a sharp point. You just want a dull point. And you just put it through the drum, just like that, and then out the other end. Just like this. You can see already it's pretty tight, but to make sure that it stays on there, we're gonna use some hot glue. Okay, while this cools down, I'm gonna show you how to cut the balloons. So if you look at a balloon, you'll see that it has a taper. It has a big bulbous area up here, right? And then it tapers down to this neck. So you want to cut it right in the middle of that taper. See that line right there? So it's not too high and it's not too low. You want it right in the middle of this almost triangle shape right here. So grab some scissors, just cut it right there. Okay, now you should have something that looks like this. You're able to stretch it out, right? just like that, and you can practice it. Oh. And you can practice it like this. There it is. So if you're having trouble cutting this, you can have one of your friends help you out. So you would hold this end, and I would hold that end. And then with some scissors, you can just go right there. It makes it a whole lot easier. And just a little tip is that when you're stretching this over, it's also helpful to have a friend hold it, because you want it to be really tight over this. Right? The tighter it is, the better the pitch, the louder it can be. And let me show you how it sounds if it's too loose. If it's too loose like this, it doesn't really make it a drum sound. It just sounds sad. All right. Okay. We can attach our strings and our beads to this. The beads are what hits the drum, right? It's like a little drumstick almost, and it creates a sound. Okay, so you grab a long piece of string, probably two times the size of your drum, right, the width of your drum, right around there. Cut it with your scissors, and you want to tie your bead onto this first. Just a simple knot will do. All right, you can double it up. There it is. All right, and then you want to position your bead right in the middle of the drum body, right there. See how the string is going down the side? Just like that, okay? And once you know that it's right in the middle, you grab a piece of tape or some hot glue, and you put it on right there. Okay, so then we cut off the excess. And there it is. So let's do the other side. And measure this right here, right there. It's a good size. Okay, and then I'm gonna again measure this one, make sure it's in the middle, right there. And instead of hot gluing this one, I'm gonna tape this one. Put a piece of tape right there. Put a second one across. There it is. We'll cut off the excess. And you'll be ready to put on the balloons. Okay, so now we're gonna be jumping back to the balloons. Okay, so once you have your body ready and you cut your balloons, we're just gonna put them on all the way on. You wanna cover your string if possible. And again, you want this to be tight. You can already hear it. Let's do the second one. Look at that, there it is. So now you can decorate this. Right. You can put pipe cleaners, you can put more beads around this. You can mess around with it, experiment with it. You can make the balloon tighter by pulling on it. Right. You can make it really tight and see how that sounds. Or you can make it really loose and see what the differences are. Right. You can hold one of the beads, and that'll help you listen to each one individually. Right. So instead of them being hit at the same time, you can just listen to one of them at a time. Cool. Oh, that's right, that's right. And then you can also lay this down like a traditional drum and bang on it. Okay, so you can use it like a traditional drum by putting it flat and just whacking it with pencils. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's make another sound to accompany our drums, and that's going to be with a maraca. Alright, so the materials you'll need are a little salsa cup, tongue depressor, and some rice. And this one's pretty simple. Right, you will take your salsa cup, you put a little bit of glue on it, and you glue it onto your tongue depressor. And you push right there. It'll be a little hot, so be careful, but push right in there to make a good connection. Okay, and the next step is to get some rice, and you can experiment with the quantity of rice, but you want to cover at least a bit of the floor where you can barely see through it, and then try it out. Put the salsa lid on, try that out. Maybe you want more rice. Let's see what happens with all of it. Alright. Maybe you want less rice. We found out that usually less is better when it comes to these maracas. So I'm gonna do a little bit more. Right there. There it is. All right, some other things you could do is secure the lid onto this and secure the salsa cup onto the stick with tape. So you got a big piece of tape, wrap it around here, wrap it around there. Now you can shake this thing as much as you want, and the lid won't fly off. Same thing as your drum. You want to decorate this. You can draw on it. You can write your name on this. And when you get home, you can pop this thing open and look for some rocks or some beads or some frijoles, and switch out the rice for those things. You can see how that sounds. Maybe your classroom has some stuff that you can try out. Or during break, you can go pick some rocks or some sand. Let's see how that sounds. But now you got a whole band.